Okay, glad that went well. Where is the cat? There's a cat. Hold up, I have to get a cat because Day has not seen the cat. Doo-doo. Look at this angry baby! Are you gonna say anything this time? No, but your tail's going like crazy. Anyway, Day, here is a cat. I'm showing my cat to everyone. Ah yes, the news! This is the best news and I'm so excited for you! How you doing? You wanna go? You wanna go, son? Dog that cat? I will, even though it's going to cover my face in fur. You wanna sit on the back of my chair? Oh, the sad meows! Oh, life is so hard. Okay. I'm suspicious that to get Sandra's next dialogue we need to do another special session with her, and the only character we haven't done that with is Treebeard the Radical. It's true, actually. That is a very good point. Ah, cat fur, as predicted. Okay, I think I've caught up with chat. After you've bested the dissidents rather soundly, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. What? It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. Does the sportsball ever have an off-season? He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar now burns ever brightly. That was a weird sentence structure, I'm sorry, but it was. I thought the sports ball had, like, off years. I think that the off years were when our team didn't exist. The path to freedom is laid bare before you. Pursue it. Okay, well hopefully we managed to level up Hedwin enough that he's in consideration. Otherwise I'm going to feel really bad. Okay, well, to Solium. The Withdrawn. Oh no, the Witches. Surely if it's guided by stars you have to wait for the stars to shift back? Oh, fair point. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodial. Picture the rites as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. Which versus which? Let's go! Which will win? We should have several chances left for someone to go free. Either us, or else our adversaries. But not both. Thank you, Volfred. Spot on stating the obvious there. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit. Knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth. Should our plans somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. How's our plan doing? 60%! We're getting there. It's gonna hurt when the games end. I don't know how this is going to end. Like, this is alarming. Like, we're gonna have people we wish we could have saved. I want to save all of them, but like, how? So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rites. He said it. He knows. I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't quite see because my webcam is like a tiny frame. Save them all via revolution? Like, fingers crossed? We need them on the Nightwings, just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here given the circumstances. And so, who stays? Who goes? These choices affect us all. Not enough of an excuse to keep Rookie from his fam, Volfred? I sadly agree, but I do really miss Rookie. No pressure there, my kid. No pressure, it's fine. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Cat fur, everything. Are we kin to a tree? He's called us kin the whole time, I think. I think it's the reader thing. Gertrude, what up? Gertrude doesn't seem super interested in going back. I think she said explicitly last time that she didn't care, so there is that at least. You find Gertrude asleep, or perhaps in a deep trance, or even... You sense nothing from her. Hedwyn notices as well and joins you to check on her. Haven't seen her like this before. She's barely breathing. She's not responding. Don't take Gertrude from me in the next rite. I need Gertrude. He leans in for a closer look when... Halt thine advance, knave. Dare thee to disturb our slumber. I am terribly sorry, Gertrude. The reader and I, we were just checking to make sure you were alright because of how we saw you there just now. Invested kids trying to make sure senior citizen friend yet lives. Aww. And how exactly didst thou see us there just now? Well, you appeared to be dormant, or perhaps... Didst thee think we had simply perished here, perchance? Crumpled over in our ancient age? A weakling, barely clinging to this wretched coil? Maybe books are illegal because they're made of tree people, but Volfred's pretty into books, which is, like, super alarming if that's true. No, I mean... maybe. I sincerely apologize for having disturbed you, Gertrude. I know all this must be an adjustment, having to be around someone like me, maybe the others too. If there's anything we can do to make your stay more comfortable, Hedwyn, you are such a sweetie. We shall not yield to thy flirtations, boy. Nice! Flirtation? Wait, no, I... Know that our hearts belongs already to another boy. Hearts. Look, if my Terry Pratchett collection was made of skin, I would read just as vicariously. I mean, books are good. Like, I can't argue with that. I would wash my hands more often, I guess, Yugi, but yeah. Oh boy. Ethics! Thou knowest nothing of our ways, whilst waking or in dream. Thus we advise thee ample caution in thy future interactions, lest we use thee as a subject for our sorceries. However, we do appreciate thy flattery. Thine advances make us feel like a young tad once more. We were among the most sought after of our kind within the southern bogs. Wisely, Hedwyn remains silent. Thou art free to depart now, boy. Hedwyn turns to leave, but... Know that we do appreciate thou taking time to check upon us whilst we dream. And know that our stay amongst ye has been comfortable enough thus far. Bertie is a hottie? So Bertie was a hottie. Important Pyre news. Thank you, Gertrude. Thou art welcome, boy. This just makes me ship Crone Tree even harder. Surprisingly good ship. Despite the oddness of the exchange you witnessed, you sense that Hedwyn and Bertrude gained a better understanding of each other. Okay, so first I was checking Volfred's stats. We already looked at all of this. I'm pretty sure. Like, I remember reading his biography, and we gave him a trinket, which means I have paid attention to him. But yeah, he seems decent, I guess. Let's check on Sandra. You call upon me for some purpose, my reader? No, Sandra! Please talk to me. Let us do this all again sometime. I mean, I'd like to talk more. Okay, so this was last week after I bailed. What made him join the team? After we liberated Ruki, he decided that the team needed him in an active capacity. Oh, and Oralek. Because of Oralek too, I think. I'm pretty sure you saw Oralek. But yeah, he just made a decision that he was needed on the team rather than guiding the team ominously. Let's keep moving. Oh yes! Yes, it's the flying music! The best music! Wait, we're not getting the flying music? No! It's my favorite though! Once more we sail above the fall of Salayam. The temple to the 8 scribes awaits us at the summit. Now you can guide the team ominously from the inside, it's true. None have seen the temple, save for those worthy to conduct the rites there. And myself and my counterpart, Celeste. You may then wonder whence it came. Doesn't Rag have a hard eyes emoji? There may be a Twitch hard eyes emoji. Twitch has a lot of emojis. Like, I don't know, give it a go. Try, colon, hard eyes, colon. It may work. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of this age. Over its course, whilst waiting for the cycle's turn, some exiles thus paid tribute to the 8 scribes. Cat cam? Is there a cat? Oh, Luminous face cam now. The face cam is new today. I put it on to show people my cat. I think the scribes may not have wanted such extravagance, or the carved effigies to them along the way. Yet, it is for triumvirates to decide how best to honor the rites. Oh my god, Dave, what is that emoji? I need to hover over that to know what that is. Click? What does it do? DX cat? I mean, pretty sick. Okay. This is a fun stream. We're getting sidetracked by everything, but I'm enjoying it. They chose to honor them as you see there. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. Okay, so I think I have to land down here somewhere, right? Yeah, we've got Emperor's Fall. So Gilman will gain favor? I like this you can't control your story interlude. Narrative weight! Faye shall gain favor. Knowing who we're going to be using in the rites, let's go here. By the way, Ash, what is your cat's name? Oh, I haven't told you. It's Theo. She's a girl, but it's short for theoretical. And clearly 7 years ago I thought theoretical was a great cat name, and I still do. So, That's also a sound she makes. When she's, like, she doesn't really meow, she just goes, eh. You make landing upon Mount Elodial, where Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Theoretical is a great cat name. Choice vindicated.
Ligaratus.
Reader, as you know, I now wear the Rymans once again. That means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. I did not even think of that. What if we send him to the Commonwealth? Is it a Schrodinger's reference? It's not a Schrodinger's reference. I think it's more of a theoretically good cat name. Ah, nobody's ever made that joke before. I left myself open to it. The thing is, after my old cat died, my dad was very adamant about not getting another cat because, like, it broke my heart. Pets dying, you know, it's not a good time. But I didn't pester him, but I was moderately insistent. And I found, like, I was scrolling through Gumtree, which is like Craigslist in Australia, and I found this tiny grey kitten. Like, she was, seriously, I can't get both my hands in the camera, like, she was, I could fit her on one hand and she would sit there comfortably. And I fell in love, because that's what you do. And she was with some, like, I don't like using the pejorative term, but it's the most evocative term. A crazy cat lady who was running a shelter out of her house, and we went there and I was immediately just, like, climbed by cats. Like, there were at least 15 kittens in this place, and Dad just sort of looked at me and went, "Go find the one you wanted before you adopt all of them." And I was like, that's fair. That's really fair. And I found her and she was so shy and so laid back and so tiny. And I adopted her, and until then it hadn't been real that I was going to have another cat. And so the idea of having a cat was theoretical until that moment. And that's why I named her Theoretical, or Theo for short. But we mostly just call her Cat, so... cat stories! Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. That's a great naming story. I think it's pretty cute. Or Butt, she also calls her Little Butt. That's because she's a little butt. Every time we go to rat adoption events, we would come away with way more rats than we intended. I am genuinely surprised, like, I made it out of that cat shelter with only one kitten. There was an orange one that actually, like, literally got on my shoe and then tried to climb my leg for hugs, and I was just, "You're sweet, but I didn't come here for you, I'm so sorry." Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. She tried to climb me like a tree. Not Theo. Theo was really withdrawn. But yeah, a different kitten that was, like, ginger and adorable, like all kittens. No, Theo was really, like, withdrawn and anxious, and, like, part of the reason I'm so attached to this dumb cat is I raised her from a baby, and I've seen her go from being really withdrawn and anxious. Then she had, like, a teenage stage where she was really vicious and hated everyone, and that's how she got the nickname Murder Cat, which is also a frequent one in use. And now she's a big sweetie, and I'm just... I did that. Theo was a shoulder cat for a long time, though, once she was more comfortable. When she was still, like, little enough to fit there, I trained her into sitting on my shoulder, like a parrot. And now she, like, still does it. Like, she doesn't get that she's too big for that anymore, so I just have to deal with the claws. It was a mistake. But it's pretty cute. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Really, Volfred? Is that so? Not contradicting the reader's will, huh? Just remembering all those infighting days. Yep. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. She bites like a parrot. Well, she did before she has no teeth. She still has enough teeth to bite. Can confirm. Doesn't look like anyone wants to talk, so let's seek the Nomad Scribe's favor. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Sir Gilman visit the monument of Golgolathanian here in Emperor's Fall. Second of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Oath Taker or the Repentant. The Empire's Master General entered exile of his own volition to pursue his liege. It seems that this knight's test of honor is just beginning to begin. He is to understand the stars themselves are vanishing? Impossible, he says. For how can there be such a thing as honor in this world if the stars themselves are wont to leave this world behind? Soon he is finished paying his respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Golgolathanian has shown you favour. You soon shall ascend the mountain, though there is time now to pursue your vocations. Hey, +2 hope. That's returning faster, right? Yeah, accept the blessing. So Gilman has some weird idea about physics. Apparently honor is like a natural force in the world, like, confirmed, you know. We are going to mentor a companion, and we're going to mentor Hedwyn. He's, like, I'm sure we'll be able to liberate him, but I just want to make sure, you know? Of course. We're going all this way. We'd better make the most of it. It's like the weak nuclear force. You and Hedwyn go over his understanding of his aura, and its connection to his presence, both physical and spiritual. The discussion proves informative. Oh, we almost maxed out. I think there is an achievement for maxing out one of your companions. To banish with a single touch. I don't think I'll ever get too used to that. The question is, like, and I think, yeah, because we were able to do it with Faye when we weren't in sportsball, so is, like, the banishment something everyone can do in the downside at all times? I think it might be. Oh, someone wants to talk now. Oh, Gilman, nice. Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you are hesitant to approach him. But you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this night! He notices you then and seizes up. Gilman, if you're hoping to be subtle, like, I'm pretty sure people, like, back at where we were found heard that. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. Oh! Greetings to you, noble Master Reader! What brings you to this night this afternoon? Oh no, he's having a self-esteem crisis again? I think it might be still. So Gilman is attempting to make small talk. Ask him if everything is alright, or tell him to calm down. That's just rude, honestly. Let's ask if everything's okay. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected. But then... Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Man, look at his sad eye. All of his eyes are adorable. Someone needs a therapist. I think we might be the therapist. Having said that, here then are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. The knight stood there on the front lines whilst the high-wing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then two by two, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them, shrieking with laughter all the while. No wonder he doesn't get on so well with Pamitha. This knight, he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge. If not for his craven cowardice, this spiral sanctum it might have held, at least a while longer. But instead, we were routed. Rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was first to turn and flee, as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Okay, but his knight commander was a complete arsehole? Hashtag confirmed. Thus came the time for penance, and this knight, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on the sentence to the downside. Okay, so he exiled himself? And as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters in the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it. They were wrong. The leadership they sought. And he was too much of a coward to decline. I'm pretty sure my therapist would have a lot to say to Sir Gilman about feelings not necessarily mapping to reality. He's got some cognitive distortions going on, it's true. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply. Or so at first he thought. When this knight, when he encountered you and the Nightwing, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps Under King Ores yet has plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This knight, he clings, however vainly, to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. Sir Gilman, it's gonna be okay, buddy. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. I'm glad. And we've got more information in the roster for him. Yeah, so I think the updated bit is just... As one of the sole survivors of this incident, Sir Gilman accepted full responsibility for the outcome and volunteered to go into exile as penance for the failure. Sad Wormins, no. A crime none, motive not applicable, and years exiled 3. Oh, honey. He survived the siege of the Spiral Sanctum, though technically did no wrong. The records state he volunteered for exile after the shameful outcome of the battle. Like, hon. We already knew he was a Scorpus, right? Anyway, he was born on the 3rd of 11th moon, suggesting he is driven and fixated. Sweetie. Okay. Pat Imp. No, Pat Imp. And Pat Imp. No, Pat Imp. That imp is so hard to pat. Okay, now we can continue our journey.